Welcome to another episode of the No Offseason podcast. If you don't know by now, I am Ryan, and with me today, as usual, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Jordan.
Hi.
And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, this is not Bryant. Oh, no.
Oh no.
This
Oh no.
is the much anticipated YouTube debut of Cameron the Kid Traeger.
Oh gosh.
What's up?
Welcome to the tube, my guy.
Thank
And
you,
of
sir.
course, we get Cam, and Bryant can't be here today due to Thanksgiving and everything. So, we're letting that happen.
Turkey Day coming up.
But
Turkey Day.
Guys, I can't keep saying this every YouTube, but eventually there's going to be 4 of us. I swear. There is 4 of us.
That would be an accurate statement. Things got a little hectic the past couple weeks, so
Yes.
We'll keep trying.
Right? There's no podcast on Thursday, so this is a one week thing. And next Tuesday, I hope and pray that it's all 4 of us. Because I don't think on YouTube we've had a 4-person crew yet, right?
I'm gonna try not to hurt anything.
not on YouTube, no.
Yeah,
Nope.
not on the tube.
Not on the tube.
Oh man, so
Can't get us there.
it's almost Turkey Day.
That's right.
All right, wait.
Wow,
Favorite?
How exciting, Jordan!
I'm pretty excited about
Got my
Thanksgiving.
turkey.
So, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food? I need to
Stuffing.
ask both of you.
Stuffing. Not even close.
I'm in actually full agreement with you. It's stuffing
Stuffing is 100%.
It's a tie with
and
stuffing
mashed potatoes.
and mac and cheese.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
Mac
have
and
good-
cheese.
I'm a big mashed potatoes guy too.
Oh, love it. Gotta have the
mean-
good gravy though.
I mean, mashed potatoes. Yes, absolutely.
All about the gravy.
Okay, now the real question is, are any of you on this bandwagon that people are on about doing ham instead of turkey?
No, that's a Christmas meal only. Strictly.
Listen, I mean, if you're allergic to turkey, I guess that makes sense. But if you're not, turkey is for Thanksgiving.
I don't even eat ham on Christmas.
No, I love,
I'm a big honey ham Christmas guy. I'm
I
not gonna
love
lie.
ham. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh.
yeah, it's a Christmas food.
It's turkey
take.
is Thanksgiving.
Hot take, I don't like ham.
Well,
That is a hot take.
yeah,
I mean,
that's a
I
stolen
respect
hot
all opinions, but
Yeah, I just not a ham person because my dad likes to be bougie every once in a while, and we do prime rib.
take. I mean, that's fine.
that's
Which is-
fire.
Nothing
Woo,
wrong with
banging.
nothing wrong with the prime, but I
Which
mean,
is
it comes. I mean,
Nothing
ham.
wrong.
Okay, well,
Ham.
if we're doing our favorite, like, what's the worst Thanksgiving food, and why is it
Cranberries.
cranberries?
Cranberry sauce.
Thank
It's
you.
just
Why is it cranberries?
Because it's got a sour taste.
Yeah.
Usually comes from a can. I've actually never had it homemade, so I don't even know what it tastes like when you make it at home.
It's acidic.
Do people make it homemade?
Apparently, it's an option. I've never had it.
Yeah,
so
no.
I get the shit when it's got the ridges and all in it still.
It's just not good, man. Give
No.
me some pumpkin pie and
Dude.
call it a day.
My lady says that she can eat the whole thing out of a can, and I just don't know what to think about that.
That's a violation. Not
That I think you got to put a tally down for that one.
yeah,
What?
that's a
Like, my dad eats it, my sister eats it, my mom eats it. I'm like, I'm good.
I
I'm
eat it.
so good. I don't
I
eat
can't
it.
say I fully enjoy it. It's grown on me. When I was a kid, I couldn't stand it.
I don't
I've
eat it.
grown to acquire the taste, but it's still the worst by
It's
far.
like candy corn. You like tolerate it on the holiday, but you're just
no.
like, this is kind of trash, but like I'm still gonna eat it.
Candy corn is ultimate trash.
I'm not gonna
ultimate
be
trash.
sad. I'm not gonna be sad if it's not there on Thanksgiving. I'll put it that way.
Fair enough.
They can discontinue candy corn for all I care.
They
That's true.
can. That's a fact.
absolutely. I mean, it doesn't even taste good. So
It's garbage. It's garbage.
Yes.
I mean, you like it as a kid when your taste buds aren't really there,
but like,
and they taste
so
the
we
sweet.
we got Thanksgiving coming up, and I will say, boys, I had a good Tuesday. I had a good
Yeah.
Tuesday. I worked.
Yeah,
I made my money. I went and got some sushi from the new sushi place
No
down the street
complaints
from
out of
us.
that, right?
A little
There's a new-
Kiko. A little Kiko.
We got a new sushi place in Phoenixville.
Kiko.
No, I didn't know that. Where's it at?
What?
Where's it at? I didn't even know there's a new sushi place in town.
I've heard you. You told Tina one time you were just like, "Oh no, Kiko's good."
You know about the place in Collegeville?
No.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking of when I told Tina that. Oh, I was thinking of the place up in Collegeville.
You guys are all jacked up over there.
Oh, he
Nah,
doesn't even know names of places.
There's a place in Collegeville called Kiko.
No, Kumo.
Oh,
Kumo.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Kumo's fire.
Yeah,
Kumo,
that's what I was thinking of.
That's some good ass sushi right
Do
there.
you you know that place that was leaky?
Yeah.
And so that's Kiko now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty good. But anyways,
hard to mess up sushi in my opinion.
that's not true. It's raw
I've
fish.
not had bad fit. I've had not bad sushi yet, so
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
But yeah, and then my lady friend came over. We did some Thanksgiving freaking shopping, and World Cup was on, and now I'm podcasting. Like, what a beautiful Tuesday.
That's a great day.
Not too shabs. Not too shabs.
Not as bad as San Diego, but you know.
San Diego's alright.
Did we have any wild stories from San Diego?
I mean, it was a good ass time. I will say. I mean,
Weird.
it's a beautiful place. I went to a nightclub in the middle of San Diego, and there was a Patriots player there, so that was kind of cool.
Oh.
Who? Come on.
I'll tell you his name. I don't even know.
Oh my goodness!
It's not it's not a player that I'm like familiar with.
We're a
but
sports podcast, and he can't even name a player on the Patriots.
We could have had our first name drop in episode 4. But no.
Daniel Iguali. Do you know who that is?
Have no idea.
You know what?
See?
I can't.
Thank you.
Is he a lineman?
Hey, Daniel, thanks for being
Yeah, he's a lineman.
That makes so much sense. I was like, he's got to be a lineman somehow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. I don't. If it's not positional, I don't know every team's like interior O line and D line.
That's fair.
But yeah.
First name drop on the podcast. Good job.
It was a cool experience.
I watched some TikToks where they're like, guess the team, and then they have like the college of all the offensive linemen, and I just sit there and say, what maniac knows the colleges for all these offensive linemen? That's
Psychos.
That's a little too much. It's a little too much for me.
I mean, I go off tackle. I know where the tackles come from. That's about it.
That's valid. That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair. But you know what's a really nice feeling?
When your team's about it one.
No. What's a really nice feeling is when on a podcast, so it's on YouTube, it's out there.
Right.
You say that a team is the best team in a conference, and they go and beat an 8-1 team 40-3. So I want to say what's up to the Dallas Cowboys, who I said is the best team in the NFC. And with that being said, Cam, without even knowing, hit a little Twitter post.
I didn't know.
And Cam name dropped his favorite team in the NFC. So Cam, the spotlight is yours. Who is the best team in the NFC?
It's the San Francisco 49ers. When they are healthy, they're the most dynamic team in all of football. Because all right, so I'll say this, right? The Chiefs, we all, know and love for how great they are on offense, right? But their defense is kind of subpar. What does the San Francisco 49ers have? A stellar defense, if not the best defense in all of football.
When healthy.
They've given up 0 points in the second half in their last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
0 points. They are a very good team. And they added CMC, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Guarding CMC, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle is a headache for any team. I don't care who your quarterback is. I also respect the Dallas Cowboys take too. I mean, their defense has been stellar this year. I just think the Cowboys will cowboy. And I think that's going to happen in the playoffs again.
That's fair. I respect the 49er take. I won't lie. I respect it.
Thank you.
It's a team you don't want to see in the playoffs.
It's a team that it's a team that I'm like, all right, if they go on the road, I see them winning anyway. Like it's one of those where it's like I don't think being at home phases them. Like if they had to go through Philly, I think they win that game right now, like today.
So as of right now, say Philly's the 1 seed. If you're Philly, would you rather face Dallas or would you rather face San Francisco?
Dallas. They know I'm inside and out. It's divisional.
I'm not scared of either.
You could flip it either.
If they're gonna be at home, like if the Eagles are gonna be at home, I'm taking
Jordan,
Philly over
you
Dallas.
could say you're scared of everybody because you hate this team, and you shit on them repeatedly. How can you shit on this team but then sit there and say, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of them.
I'd be scared of San Fran.
I would too, honestly.
What's the one thing the Eagles have been very, very bad at recently? Run defense. Run defense. And what's the one thing that San Francisco can do better than any other team? Run the football and find holes.
Don't worry, dude. Linville Joseph and Ndamukong soon got signed.
Oh,
it's
great.
Locked up.
2 38-year-olds. I can't wait.
Who haven't seen the field in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not signed to play big snaps. They're just part of the rotation. They just needed bodies because they only had 3 defensive tackles.
Anyway. No, I get the signing. It's not going to move the needle for me.
Well, once Jordan Davis comes back, then you got 4 dudes that are 300 plus that are going to plug holes.
Jordan Davis sucks. I'm just kidding. It was a joke. It's a joke. Don't take it. All right. Well, that being said, let's get into.
I also love how you said a quarterback hasn't put together a game-winning drive, and then also puts together a game-winning drive the week. So.
Oh yeah, against a fucking sub 500 team. I'm so impressed.
Hold on now. If you're gonna sit there and say that about the Cowboys, though, you said he couldn't do it, and he did it.
Okay.
He did do it. He did do it.
You gotta own it.
He did do it.
Okay. And whenever he does it for 4 quarters, let me know. Because he put up 3 points against that dreadful defense for 3 quarters.
You're right, but when it mattered most, he stepped up. Now, granted, if that was Patrick Mahomes, we'd be saying how great it is, though. And you know me, I'm not the hugest Jalen Hurts guy.
Because Patrick Mahomes has done it before, and he's a Super Bowl winner and an MVP.
But listen, I'm just saying, you guys know me.
And Jalen Hurts has, 3 wins over teams above 500 in 2.5 years?
You know me, I'm not the biggest Jalen Hurts guy, but let's not act like if that was any other quarterback, we'd be praising the guy.
No,
he played
a good drive.
He played like dog shit all 3 quarters, and they stepped up when it mattered most.
So, he played really poorly the last 2 games, but he won. He won the last game. I can't be that critical of him, but he has fumbled the ball twice in the last 2 weeks. So if you want to, do the whole Daniel Jones fumbles thing, I mean, he has 1 fumble all year. So
I'm not saying the guy's perfect, but
I mean,
no, I know.
I mean, end of the day, good teams find ways to win, and the Eagles found a way to win this past weekend against the Colts.
They're a good team, man. They're a top 3 team in the NFC for sure.
I mean,
no question.
Yeah,
no question asked.
I mean, yeah, Eagles, Vikings, Cowboys, Niners. I mean, it's all right. Well, let's just get into our Week 11 review here. What was the Thursday night game? I don't even remember. Oh,
Titans-Packers.
Titans-Packers.
Can't say shit. Didn't watch it. Didn't even look at stats.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I was busy.
I didn't watch much of it. It's just like the Packers are dead, 4-7. It's crazy. The last few weeks they've had 1 good game against Dallas, and you want to know the difference between that game and the other games are? They ran the ball 30-something times against Dallas and owned the game.
Yep.
Every other game, it's like, we run 20 times.
Yep.
I just... And Tennessee...
The Titans look good, man. You can make an argument. You can make an argument right now that Vrabel is the coach of the year.
Oh, Vrabel's a solid coach.
You can make that argument. You really can.
No, because
they have no business being 7-3 right now. 0. No business.
And
Ryan Tannehill sucks, bro. He is garbage. Gabagool.
I mean, you still have the best running back in the league who just will not break down ever.
I understand that, but you also got rid of A.J. Brown, who, we've been pretty vocal about how important a wide receiver 1 is.
Yeah.
So,
Traylon Burks
it's a thought.
Traylon Burks came out to play.
Yeah, but he's been hurt for...
Yeah, but I mean, if he's good, if he's back down the stretch, I mean, that could be the guy down the stretch.
No, he definitely looked good. I'm excited to see him play.
I will say I think Tennessee always has a solid defense, and that gets overlooked a lot on Tennessee.
For sure. No, they
Like,
do. But they have good coaching, man. They really do. Like
they have good. It's good coaching and it's discipline because they don't have. It's not like they have names on the defense. Just a really solid group that's not going to give up a lot of points.
They just play well together. Yeah.
They get to the quarterback pretty good too.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. Without big name players, but you know. I mean, and it seems like Tennessee's going to run away with that division, so Tennessee's going to be in the playoffs.
Most likely.
And they got some experience come playoff time.
Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure.
All right. I'm going to try to get through these quick because we spent a little too much time on these reviews.
Yeah.
All right. This game, hey, honestly, from the little bit I watched and the scores I saw, I feel like this week in the NFL was subpar.
It was pretty bad. Let's just call it what it is.
I mean, the Ravens 13, Panthers 3.
Yeah.
That's
the Ravens looked bad, but they got to face Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield doesn't need to play quarterback anymore.
Yeah,
No.
I think it's done.
I think it's his time's up.
Like,
Not good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he should be a back. Like a backup. Deontay Foreman is only good against good matchups.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is either.
Carolina's one of the worst teams in the NFL. The Ravens look like crap, but they get a win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what? The Ravens are 7-3. They have no one. It's Mark Andrews, and that's it. Devin Duvernay, Demarcus Robinson, like.
They have the best strength of schedule down the stretch, though. Just something to keep in mind for that division.
Like,
Packers of the NFC.
Come playoff time, like they're gonna get smacked.
Yeah, probably.
100%.
Smacked. Like
100%.
It still baffles me that trade deadline they made 0 moves for a receiver.
Yeah, them and the Packers just seem to be stuck in limbo with that. I don't know. They don't feel like adding receiver talent for whatever reason.
We don't need a receiver. Who needs a receiver?
Yeah, who needs that when you got Lamar Jackson doing everything and accounting for all of your yards?
Yeah, for the first time in a long time, I think the Ravens front office is doing a disservice to their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
and he might walk after this year.
Like, okay, I know I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but could they possibly not give him weapons to make him look not as good so they don't have to pay him as much as he wants?
I don't know if that.
Well, then he'll walk. He could just go wherever, right? He's a free agent.
I mean, yeah, but you got to think if he's playing this subpar, maybe other teams are like, yeah, you play like.
Nah.
Is he asking for like 40, 50 million? He's asked 50, right?
Yeah, I think most GMs and coaches value his talent a lot.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. We hear from players all the time that NFL GMs and stuff are freaking shady with stuff sometimes. So
no, I wouldn't put it past them. But yeah.
All right. Well, the Ravens are 7-3, Panthers 3-8.
Yeah.
Moving on. The Falcons go to 5-6 as they beat the Bears, who fall to 3-8, 27-24. Justin Fields had not as crazy of a game, but still a pretty good game. Shout out to Bryant. Your boy played well again.
Yeah, he's going to be good, man. I'm impressed.
With the Falcons, I mean, the Falcons just do what they do. They're not going to throw a lot. They're going to run. Points are going to be scored, but Kyle Pitts is now on the IR.
Yeah, out for the year, probably.
I mean, does that really do anything to this team, though?
No, because they didn't use him to begin with. I would know. I have him in 2 leagues in fantasy, so.
I mean, maybe Drake London gets like one more catch a game.
Yeah, who knows? That team is so weird and not fun to watch.
Yeah, no. Besides Cordell Patterson, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, the Bears, it's just Justin Fields. I mean, you watch a Bears game, you just hope Justin Fields plays well, which I believe he got hurt.
Oops.
That's loud.
Yeah, that is loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Fields got hurt. I'm not sure. I think he's okay.
Another catch of the year nomination in the game.
Cole Kmet, baby. That
Thought
catch
he was
going to
break out. Thought he was going to break out.
Well, the last month he's played really well, at least.
Eh.
I mean, I hate it. But yeah, just another game. 2 teams below 500. I mean, the Falcons are, I think, like a game and a half out of the playoff, but I don't think we see them making the playoffs.
Tampa's going to come out of that division.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tampa's about to get hot.
All right.
Yep.
The Bills and the Browns had to move this game to Detroit. Bills take care of business as they top the Browns 31-23. The Bills move on to 7-3 and their 2-game losing streak. Josh Allen was not great. Devin Singletary had a good game, but Jacoby Brissett is quietly having a nice season.
Yeah, I think he's like top 6 in passer rating this year, which is bonkers.
And obviously it's not going to happen, but I kind of don't want Deshaun to play. I just be like, give Jacoby the whole year. He's played well.
Yeah, unfortunately that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But
I mean, when you pay a guy $250 million, get fully guaranteed, yeah, he's going to play.
Yeah, which we're very close. We're very close to seeing the return of Deshaun.
Was that not next week? The following?
We'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's in 2 weeks. Whenever they play Houston.
Coincidentally. Thanks, NFL.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't set up, right?
Nah, it was coincidence.
But at least the Bills, they're back on the winning ways. And I didn't know, but the Bills play Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even think about that. Like, they're already there.
Flying back to Buffalo and coming back, too.
Did they fly back? I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I guess I get it, but I mean, Browns, one of the worst records in the league. Bills, we think is one of the best teams in the AFC. They hit a little lull. I still think they're fine.
They're great. I do think Josh Allen's having a rough year. And I want to say this. I think Brian Daboll has a lot to do with that. I really do.
I mean, it definitely.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. It's my opinion.
I mean, that's usually what happens with the offensive coordinator that moves on. There's struggles because you have to.
Yeah, it's a learning process, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, he's still Josh Allen end of the day.
Uber talented.
Is his elbow still bothering him?
Yeah, I think it's bothering him a little bit still.
Has to be. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But, Devin Singletary's doing his thing where end of the year he starts turning it up.
Yeah.
Why can't you do that all year? No idea. But
he's a weird running back.
So we move on. We got a little upsetty spaghetti in the NFL as the Detroit Lions 3-game winning streak as they knock off the Giants 31-18. The Lions move to 4-6. The Giants go to 7-3. And this game just was all Lions all day on Sunday.
Yep. Sure was.
Jamal Williams show.
Yeah.
And if you're new to the show, Cam is a New York Giants fan.
Yeah, so, I don't have much to say after that performance. I think injury bug has definitely caught up to us for sure. And I tweeted it the other day. I was like, I would not be surprised if we lose out. You put your cornerback one and Adoree Jackson back there to return punts, and he gets injured and he's out 4 to 6 weeks. It's not a good look. And now Wan'Dale Robinson goes down with a torn ACL, and they're planning on fixing the field after this season, but too little, too late. So
yeah, that's like a too little, too late, but also about damn time.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm happy about it because I don't think people realize how important it is to have like a safe field to play football on. And the Giants have been hindered by injuries for years. I can't even put it into words. It's been ridiculous. So
it's also
like they switched that field.
What?
When did they switch the turf on that field to what they're using now? Because I feel like it's been like exasperated in the past couple years. Like I didn't feel like it was always the issue in the stadium.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like 11, 12 years old.
That stadium is a freaking cesspool for torn ACLs.
Yeah, like teams don't even want to go to MetLife to play.
I'm
Like
saying, didn't they change over the turf from the original turf they put in the field? Like a
that I
couple years
don't
ago?
that I don't know.
I thought I read something that they changed the turf in like 15 or 16. Because I never like when they first opened that stadium, I never feel like this many guys went down in that stadium.
No.
No, it's just
I
been the
mean-
last few years.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they switched over the turf to like this.
And you're seeing it
really-
in the preseason too. It's really bad, man. But yeah, I'm excited that that's going to get done, you know, right when we got a new head coach and GM who I think are definitely competent and are going to make this franchise good again for sure.
I think the Giants are just cursed in the wide receiver department right now. And no offense, if I'm Odell Beckham, I don't want to go play there. I just came
Hell
off
no.
a torn ACL. I don't want to fucking play there.
I want
Hell no.
him back more than anything, and I know the city wants him back more than anything. But yeah, we're not contending for anything this year. So if I'm him, I'm taking my talents to a place where I could find success for sure.
Saquon has easily one of the worst games of his season.
Of his career, maybe.
That caught me off guard. But
Yeah.
let's move on to the Lions, who were 1-6, and I think everyone was kind of sitting there like, man, maybe Dan Campbell, he's fun, but he's not the guy. Ripping off 3 in a row though. Motor City Dan has life. Is this the changing of the guard for the Lions? Are the Lions gonna finish the year strong, and then next year people think of them as like, oh, they're kind of like a little dark horse?
I still think they need players in the defense. They need a quarterback, but I mean, culture change is big, so
I
clearly
think Goff's been okay.
I think Goff's sufficient. I don't think he's gonna get them over the hump, but I do think. I mean, last year, you know, they showed glimpses of this type of, you know, this type of offense and stuff. So I think they're a good team. I would go so far as to say I don't think that was an upset on Sunday. Like I think the Lions are pretty decent. I mean, even week 1, I think the Eagles beat them by like 3 points. They put up like 34 points or whatever. I mean,
well,
I know week 1, I get it, but
well, no, I mean they were up 38-14, and then they just for some reason
yeah.
defense. But no, the Lions balled.
They
were
took
playing good
advantage,
football.
right?
They could definitely score, and they're
Yeah.
getting and Jamison Williams has been activated.
Yep.
If he is anything like the speedster in Alabama taking the top off, him and Amon-Ra with Swift and Jamal Williams, it's an offense you don't really want to face down the stretch.
I'm still surprised they got rid of TJ Hawkinson to a division rival, but we'll leave that for what it is.
Yeah, I think everyone will.
Just to wave the flag of caution, though. The Lions are one of the 16 that have the playing surface that the Giants and Jets have. So,
But
yeah,
as Jordan,
fingers crossed that nobody gets hurt.
as Jordan
Seriously.
said, the Lions do need help defensively. I think in the draft they're going to go heavy defense.
Yeah, they have to, no
Beef
question.
up that line, beef up
Yep.
the linebackers, get more like probably a couple safeties.
Aiden Hutchinson's been good, man.
Oh
He
yeah,
has.
He's talented.
he's gonna be he's gonna be all right.
Get someone opposite of Akuda who's playing well finally now that he's healthy.
I'm shocked about that, but good for him.
Get some good linebackers, get a good safety, get some help up front.
Damn, DBU baby.
I mean, maybe.
Ohio State was turning out first round picks like 5 years in a row.
Eli Apple.
Oh,
Listen.
They don't all pan out in the NFL. They turn out first round picks left and right.
All right, the Saints beat the Rams 27-20. The Saints go to 4-7. The Rams go to 3-7. Matthew Stafford, unfortunately, is concussed and has to leave the game. Chris Olave, 5 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown. Just another game of two teams that have just not been good this year, and the Saints win the battle of the underachievers.
Yeah.
They need to get back to their losing ways.
Chris Olave is going to be filthy.
Yes, he is. Yes,
And he already is. Let's just say that right now. He is unbelievable, man.
And honestly, Jawan Johnson's come on lately. He has a touchdown in, I think, like 3 of the last 4 games.
We are.
We don't need Michael Thomas.
Penn
New Orleans
State.
just needs to figure out their quarterback situation then too.
Very much so.
Surprised they didn't go back to Jameis, but
Something's up there.
yeah.
And I mean,
It's a little weird.
did you
Well,
hear Jameis's
came out with
little
a quote today, about you don't lose your job to injury, and yet that's exactly what happened here. So
Yep. He said like the team's memo is you don't lose your job to injury, and I lost my job to injury.
Yeah, he was pissed.
And it's not like Andy Dalton's been great. You're not winning. I don't.
Yeah.
And again, you can't tank because your pick goes to Philly.
Right.
By all
So
means,
it's just
but
like whatever.
I just don't understand why
It's
they
weird.
wouldn't want Jameis with like Olave who can stretch the field. You have Jameis who's got a big arm. I mean, you have a combo there that could be pretty deadly. Just gotta let them play together. So
And it's not like Alvin Kamara's doing anything.
Nope.
I know.
the product Drew Brees was check down Charlie.
I'm about to say, which I've said for years, I don't think Alvin Kamara's as good as a running back as people think he is. He was like a nice scat back, but when you're asking him to run between the tackles,
That's
He'd
not
be
his
a-
specialty, though.
He'd be elite if you had like a really nice power back that you could like line up in the backfield and put Kamara in like the slot. That
Who,
would
Mark-
you mean
Who,
when
Mark
they had Mark
Ingram?
Ingram?
Yeah, Mark Ingram.
you know,
Latavius Murray. Even when they had Latavius Murray, he was playing well.
yeah, like, that was
Like-
he needs to have that guy that you can split carries with, so you can use him in other ways.
Kamara's not that typical running back. He never has.
No, he's not.
Nope,
No.
wasn't even like that in college.
No.
No.
Well, Tennessee
Yeah.
didn't know how to use anyone back then, to be honest with
Yeah, that's also true.
And Alabama literally had the most crowded backfield in the world.
you. Yeah.
I think like
But,
all five of those guys are in pros right now. So
But I mean, the Rams go to 3-7. They don't have Cooper Kupp. Matthew Stafford's probably out. They just waived Darrell Henderson. This team's
They're
in
done.
shambles. I mean,
They're
they're
done.
about to go down a dark road of bad football for a while.
yeah.
I think.
All those no draft picks.
No draft picks. Yeah.
You better
good
hope
luck.
that scouting department is hitting on those late round picks. That's all
Just,
I'm saying.
just
Seriously.
gotta say they're very lucky that they won that Super Bowl last year.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I haven't seen
So-
a window close that quick in a long time.
For
A
real.
long time.
Old players, injuries. Yep, it all adds up fast.
We had another barn burner in the AFC East as the Patriots go to 6-4 and beat the Jets, who fall to 6-4 in a thunderous 10-3 game. There was no offensive touchdowns. There was no defensive touchdowns. Yes, the only touchdown was pretty much a walk-off punt return.
More works than the game.
And boys, I'm not gonna lie, we're not gonna talk about this game.
Yeah, we're not. Just Mac Jones and Zach Wilson both suck.
We're
Let's
gonna
just leave
talk
it at
about
that.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
bad.
gonna talk about Zach Wilson and the
Honeymoon's
fact
over.
that you went 9 of 22 for 77 yards and then said
No.
that you no, yeah. He said no.
No.
I didn't let the defense.
Do you
down,
feel
no
you
way.
let the defense down? No. And he looked so confident in saying that.
I want to know what he thought the problem was then. I wish someone would ask that follow up question.
I forgot to save it for the podcast and I'm kind of upset. No, I did. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Over their first 20 career starts, Zach Wilson's passer rating is 70.7 with a 13-16 touchdown to interception ratio,
Not good.
55.6 completion percentage, 6.3 yards per attempt, and his team is 8-12.
Yeah.
Another former NFL quarterback over his first 20 starts had a passer rating of 70.6, so the exact same, a 15-13 touchdown to interception ratio, a completion percentage of 52%, 6.2 yards per attempt, and 6-14 win or loss. That quarterback is Jamarcus Russell.
Russell.
Yeah.
Almost the same exact stats. And you know what else they have in common? They both have attitudes on them.
Yeah.
Yup. And they weren't like super decorated coming out of college either. Like I remember when Russell came out, I was just kind of like, okay, I guess. Like,
That's the thing about BYU. It's like they did not play well his first 2 seasons. And then his year 3, it was like 30 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Yep.
Everyone thought he was like the best quarterback they've ever seen. And he played terrible schools. Like
It's because
He
he
had
has the
all-
arm strength.
Yeah.
all the time in the world.
I
it's
remember
just
watching
ridiculous.
People fell in love with the arm strength.
I remember watching him as a freshman, and they were being like, "That's a future first round pick." I was like, maybe, but I don't know. And
Yeah.
I thought I didn't think he'd be this bad, but
It was a whiff. It was a
And
whiff.
like I have a thing in football and basketball and everything, I have a thing like I need consistency in players. If you play for 3-4 years and you have 3 subpar years and you only have 1 big year and people salivate over that big year, I'm the person that looks back and says, yeah, but you have 3 times as much bad as good.
Yeah.
And when I saw Zach Wilson, I actually watched tape because like that's fun to do come draft time, right?
Yeah.
And I just sat there and thought, this kid is not number 2 pick worthy. I was just like, I think he got into the hype. Teams loved his arm strength, and he had 1 good year at college. And unfortunately, it's the Jets that took him.
Yeah, I'm about to say it was also coupled with a franchise who really struggles developing
To draft quarterbacks and develop them. Yep.
Very bad. Very bad.
I think their last good quarterback legit was Chad Pennington.
You can make an argument for Mark Sanchez, but then the butt fumble kind of,
I love some Chad Pennington.
I'm about to say I'd take Pennington over Sanchez 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
But like, so looking back on it, the Jets take Zach Wilson 2. The next 10 picks are Trey Lance, which we don't know what he is yet, obviously.
Yeah, no idea.
Kyle Pitts, which he has the talent. Atlanta just doesn't want to throw. Mm-hmm. Jamar Chase. I think they could use a wide receiver.
Stud.
Jalen Waddle. I think they could use a wide receiver.
But do those guys pan out in New York without a quarterback?
Oh, I'm just saying. But
yeah, no, I hear you.
Penei Sewell, who's doing fantastic with the Lions. Mm-hmm. J.C. Horn, killing it in Carolina.
Definitely could have used him.
Patrick Surtain II.
Yep.
Top 3 corner.
Devonta Smith, who's been good.
Very good.
He's been good. Justin Fields.
Better, easily.
Micah Parsons, who in 2 years has become, if you want to argue, the best defensive player in football.
Yep.
And then Rashawn Slater, who was a monster before he got hurt.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Yeah, I mean, I see why they didn't take those tackles, because then they have Mekhi Becton still, who, whenever he's on the field, is pretty solid. They actually look like a solid pick.
But they still need O-line help. That's been their thing. Going to the draft last year, they needed O-line help.
Yeah. But those guys are all left tackles. Like, they had Becton there already. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, plenty of left tackles go to right tackle. But I'm just saying. I think it hurts more knowing that all those players afterwards are... There's not any real bust behind Zach Wilson.
No.
And Zach Wilson could be the only bust. Granted, we don't know Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance is still...
Our next game, the Eagles eke one out in Indianapolis, 17-16. The Eagles go to 9-1. Colts go to 4-6-1. I didn't watch too much of this game.
Wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a pretty game. End of the day, the Eagles got it done. Jalen Hurts does lead a game-winning drive. Again, a few days after I said he can't. So thank you, universe. Those things happen.
But that being said, he did not look good most of the game. So let's not get that lost in translation.
I mean, it happens. I don't think there's like too much to say on this game, to be honest with you.
No, not really. Eagles, hopefully this is their kick in the ass to get out of the funk they've been in, but who knows?
Again, this NFL week, there's just the games were just there. The games were just there.
Yeah,
it's something to do.
I mean, Eagles are gonna go to the playoffs. More than likely win the division. The Colts sitting at 4-6-1. You're probably not going to the playoffs, and you have to find another quarterback this offseason, which will be their fifth one in 5 years.
Yeah, there's no way Matt Ryan comes back.
Yeah, they're gonna have a brand new quarterback on opening day, and you know who it's gonna be?
Do they even have their first round pick?
It's gonna be Derek Carr.
I was gonna say probably Derek Carr.
It's gonna be Derek Carr.
They like these like old recycled QBs. They like to, yeah, it's fun for them.
But calm down. Jim Irsay knows how to build a football team.
Yeah.
Calm down, bro.
Imagine being a Colts fan, having Peyton Manning all those years, and then going right to Luck, and you think you're set up, and then all of a sudden now you're back in the QB carousel, and you don't know what jersey to get.
Dude, yeah, it's like it was a Green Bay situation. You go from Favre to Rodgers. They're like, okay, we go from Peyton to Luck. Awesome. And he
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, that was
Although,
brutal.
Luck's a smart dude, though. He was like, I'm taking my future. So can't blame him, but
Yeah,
tough
no,
for the fan base.
No.
He was
Yeah.
good.
not in the slightest. He was so talented, though, dude. So talented.
Dude.
He
He
took
could.
so many hits, though. That O-line in front of him was so bad. And yet he
So
still went
bad.
And
Yeah,
somehow he
it
still
was-
win like 10, 11 games every year.
He was unbelievable.
It was good, man.
I
It was
think
good.
in like 10 years, that's going to be a huge what if.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how good could Andrew Luck have been? Like,
It's interesting to think about.
is
Way to
Andrew-
go, Ursay!
Is Andrew Luck better than Aaron Rodgers? Is Andrew Luck better than Drew Brees? Like, does he ever get to Peyton's level? Like, that's gonna be one.
He was well on his way, man.
That was.
Yeah, he
Well on
was.
his way.
All right.
Right up there with him.
Our next game, the Washington Commanders are above 500, sitting at 6-5 as they defeat the Texans 23-10. This was just run the ball, score a little bit, play some defense, and get the hell out of Houston with the win.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, the Commanders are 5-1 with Taylor Heineke at the helm.
Wentz sucks.
And
So
No,
it
he's
doesn't
cooked.
matter.
He's done so.
I'll say Wentz is allowed to or is trying to come back. Like,
No, they've already said it.
what did they? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah.
I know a few days ago it wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was it Monday? Yesterday? Or like the end of last week? I thought they
Okay,
said
it had to have been after the game. I didn't know. I feel if Heineke
Well
would
played.
have fumbled or wouldn't have played well against the Texans, they'd probably been like, "Oh, Wentz," but Carson Wentz never starts again, right?
I don't
No.
believe so.
Like he never
Zero.
gets signed as the starter.
No.
I think his only way of getting back is if he does what happened to him and he comes in as a backup and he balls out. But
Andy,
yeah,
Andy Dalton or Carson Wentz?
Andy Dalton.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. I'm saying Andy Dalton.
I would lean Carson based off he can still sling it a little bit. I trust him throwing the ball more than Dalton.
Davis Mills or Carson Wentz?
Carson Wentz. Dude, Davis Mills, he's so bad.
Clearly,
man.
Carson Wentz is in the bottom tier of quarterback.
Yeah, he's definitely in the
absolutely,
bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
I mean, Davis Mills also doesn't have any receivers. Come on.
Yeah.
I think
Daniel
he's
Jones.
Unfortunately, Davis Mills got. I'm not
I mean-
terrible, but I know you're drafting a quarterback this year.
Another though. What if Carson never gets injured?
I mean, always. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
The battle of the AFC West teams that were supposed to be great. The Raiders beat the Broncos 22-16. Both teams are now 3-7 in overtime. Yeah. So Nathaniel Hackett turned over offensive play calling, and the
Nothing
offense still
changed.
sucked.
yeah.
Well,
Offense
He's gone.
still sucked.
he's gone by end of year.
This
Could be
Russell Wilson
overhyped.
trade has to be one of the worst in NFL history.
For sure. I said it when it happened. I didn't like it.
No, you did.
I don't-
You did. You said he was washed, and he looks washed. Oh yes,
Yeah,
I will give you your
all
kudos.
the-
Yeah,
Give me
all
my
those-
kudos on that one,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
all those hits got him seeing ghosts.
Yeah,
Literally.
but I was kind of thinking, was Russell Wilson as good as we thought he was? Because DK and Tyler Lockett have a very unique ability to get open deep. And obviously with Sutton and Judy, they're not burners like they are.
No, they're more route. Well,
So
But the
Judy's
fact
a
is
route runner.
Judy should still be able to get
Sutton
over
can't
off the
really-
top of it.
Sutton can't really separate, but he's
like Russ throws a great deep ball, and he had two
Good
of
deep
the
ball
best
now.
deep ball guys in the NFL. Now that he
Sure.
doesn't have that, he's struggling a lot.
big time.
And I'm just wondering, damn, maybe it's just the wide receivers that were around him. And obviously the Seahawks Geno's had playing great.
Yeah.
Is Russell Wilson a product of Seattle?
He's a product of Pete Carroll.
Hey, Pete Carroll. I want to say Pete Carroll, but I just want to go organization. But
Yeah, I'm about to say. I mean, he's had guys open this year. He just for some reason doesn't look at them. And yes, I'm talking about KJ Hamler in the game to win the game against Indianapolis wide open. He just didn't even look that way. So
I remember
yeah,
that.
he had to. Yeah, I don't know.
It almost seems like he doesn't care. I don't know how to explain it. That's what it feels like to me.
He's got his money. He's got Sierra. He's a corny dude. I don't think he cares as much as.
He's a very corny dude.
He's
I don't
so
think he cares as much as we. I think he's saying it just to say it. I don't know if he actually cares about it as much as
Let's
other
ride.
guys in the league. Yeah.
And
Broncos country. Let's ride.
That's right.
You want to know another inept thing about this organization? It's week 11. You waive Melvin Gordon and let Latavius as the main running back. But in the beginning of the season, you made it a point to have Melvin Gordon 50-50 with your stud running back that you spent a second-round pick on in Javonte Williams.
I think we just got to understand that this organization's incompetent right now.
What are we doing?
It's incompetent.
John Elway still running the show.
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, these former players, they're not pretty good at.
Always been good. I can't say he hasn't. Like
defensively, they
have a Super Bowl under him.
That's just true. This is true.
Like,
Yeah.
And then the Raiders.
But how much of that was inherited from what he took over? Because didn't he take over like the year prior?
Yeah, that defense was stellar already.
I mean, he brought in Peyton, Julius Thomas. Like, I mean,
yeah.
So he was brought on like 4 years earlier before that. That way, because Peyton was there like that was his 5th year in Denver, right? That last one.
oh,
I think something like that.
I couldn't tell you.
But yeah,
If Elway was there,
all right, I'm done with the
there,
Broncos.
He built that team, yeah.
Okay, I'm done with the Broncos. Did you see what? I'm just saying, I'm done with the Broncos.
They just shut that down so quick.
Yeah,
I hate the Broncos. All right.
Did you see like what Devontae Adams said after he caught one of his touchdowns?
Yes.
It was
about Pat Surtain.
It was about Pat Surtain, and he dogged on him yet, but he also complimented him at the same time. He's like, he's not there that yet. Guy yet. He's not there yet. Yeah. Pretty much saying he's gonna get there, but I'm still gonna get mine. You still ain't nothing on me.
Nah, Devontae's a stud. I mean, he definitely burned him on that route.
Burned the shit out of him on that route.
But we can't underestimate the talent that Pat Surtain has.
No, I don't think
he's a top 5 corner.
Yeah.
All right. The Bengals and the Steelers putting up points in the Steel City as the Bengals eke a win out, go to 6-4 as they beat the Steelers 37-30. The Steelers have played a lot better since TJ Watt's come back. I think Kenny Pickett has gotten comfortable as a starter. Ever since the bye, Najee Harris learned how to run a football again.
Yep.
And then on the other end, you have Joe Shiesty with no Jamar Chase. Joe Mixon goes out, and he just says, Samaje Perine, go catch 3 tutties for me.
Literally.
And T. Higgins just balled out. The Bengals.
He's a wide receiver 1 on a lot of teams. T. Higgins.
Absolutely. I love some T. But, I mean, the Bengals, that offense, when it gets going, it's whew.
Hard to stop. Hard to stop.
Could you imagine the playoffs if we get like Bengals Dolphins?
That'd be Point City right there.
Like I'd just sit back and
I'm
be
taking
like,
the over.
Oh my god.
I'm taking the over.
We get Bengals Chiefs in a couple weeks on primetime. So.
Yeah, we do.
I cannot wait.
Yes, we do.
That's gonna be a shootout.
And we get Dolphins 49ers coming up.
And Jamar Chase is expected to be back this week.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, I mean, obviously get one of the best wide receivers in football. I'm telling you, that AFC playoff is going to be so fun.
I cannot wait.
I can't wait till the playoffs. It's going to be so fun. But yeah, I think the Steelers are playing a little better. George Pickens is the #1 receiver in Pitt now.
Is him.
Is him.
Let's just clarify.
And I
He's
think
he's a really nice player.
He's a stud, dude.
and I think Pickett is gonna be a nice quarterback in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he'll get the job done. He's a good player.
Like you're gonna see Pickett to Pickens for a lot of years, I think.
Pick to pick.
Guys used to throw touchdowns in that stadium. We'll say that.
That's true. That's true. Blowout of the week. My NFC favorite, the Dallas Cowboys, go to Minnesota and just total annihilation of the Minnesota Vikings. 40-3. Kirk Cousins barely had 100 yards. The Cowboys legit were hitting Kirk Cousins every single play. And boys, Tony Pollard is him.
He's filthy.
He's a nice player.
He's filthy.
Zeke, your time is done.
Yeah, see ya.
And I say that as a huge Ezekiel Elliott fan. Your time is done being the guy in Dallas. Feed Tony Pollard, and this Cowboys offense is electric.
Yeah, total epitome of week to week league, because the week prior they lose a game they probably shouldn't have lost to Green Bay. They come back and wax Minnesota.
It's hard to talk to two NFC East fans about the Dallas Cowboys and their success. So we'll just leave it at that.
I'd like to think we could be unbiased a little bit here.
We can.
They're a good team.
They're good.
But it's just
we know what they are come playoff time.
Yeah, well, come playoff time, they always find a way to shoot.
Cowboys, Cowboy.
But at least it's not Romo, who would always be electric in November and then just forget to play football in December. So we'll see.
Correct.
So what if the Cowboys get out of the first round?
I would be very
because apparently that's very hard for them.
Yeah, I will be very impressed, and I think we got to talk about them in a different.
Just hard for them to win their
in a different way.
Game, because even if they have a first round bye, they always found a way to shoot themselves in the foot.
It's like getting out of that habit, you know.
I just think this Cowboys defense is the best it's been in so long, and I think Tony Pollard is a game changer. I said it a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
and if you can have that electric playmaker in the playoffs, I mean.
They hadn't unlocked him until very recently, because they've been playing this whole Zeke's our guy, offense runs through Zeke. They were doing this through most of the weeks this year, you know, until I don't know. Pollard looks good though.
Isn't Zeke still one of the highest paid running backs? It's probably one.
Yes.
So
I mean, yeah, but I mean.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's probably why they were splitting carries. They were trying to justify their contract.
Well, Zeke they weren't splitting carries. Zeke was still getting like 60-70% of carries. That's what I'm saying. If it was split, yeah, I mean, that's fine. But, I mean, Tony Pollard, you just eye test. Dude has the explosiveness that Zeke just doesn't have.
Got some quickness.
Way more.
I still don't think. Ooh, this is going to be a topic in the offseason that we're going to talk about.
We don't have off seasons here.
Is there an unlocking of CD Lamb, or is CD Lamb who he is, and he just wasn't as good as we thought he was going to be? Is he still good, but he's never been elite, and I feel so many people think he can be elite.
People were talking about him like he's going to be an easy like top 5 or 6 wide receiver in the league. I think that ship has sailed. Personally,
I think he was one of these guys that we thought would come in right away and dominate. And
he's a good player. He's just not like Chase or Jettas or one of those guys.
Flashes. That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
he's like a fringe wide receiver 1.
Correct.
I mean,
can he be a wide receiver 1 on a playoff team?
Like why do you think they're recruiting Odell so hard? Like.
Well, I mean,
because Gallup can't stay healthy.
Gallup can't stay healthy.
That's true. Yeah,
but you gotta have 2 of them. I mean, we'll dive into that more. I still think he probably could be, but
Sunday Night Football was another good one. Chiefs Chargers. Chiefs go to 8-2. Chargers fall to 5-5, 30-27. And this is this is just what it's been for years. The Chargers put up a good fight, they fall flat, and the Chiefs find a way to win. It's just it never changes.
So I have to talk about this because I've been in heavy discussions with the group chat, not ours, about Justin Herbert. And you can have all the arm talent in the world. If you don't win games, I don't care. I do not care. He is the most glorified quarterback on social media, on ESPN, whatever you want to say, and he's done nothing. He has nothing to show for it. Why? If Tua throws that pick at the end of the game, he's being, or even Hurts, right?
Or Lamar Jackson, or yeah.
He's being ridiculed. Herbert's put on this pedestal for no reason, and I'm sick of it. Just had to get that out there.
I mean, no, I definitely think Herbert is more on the overrated side. Like you said, if you can't win games, I don't care about putting up 300 something yards. Like
you can have all the talent in the world, win me a football game. And Brandon Staley's not helping him. Let's not get it twisted. I don't think Staley's a good head coach.
No, I think
But
his seat is at least warm. But what's up,
I
Jordan?
mean, I feel like this year they've been nailed by the injury bug too. Like
I don't love that argument.
That's like an every year thing.
The only reason I don't love that argument is because they have Austin Eckler. Like the Chiefs have literally Travis Kelce and no one else, and Pat Mahomes is probably winning the MVP this year. They got rid of Tyreek Hill, who, in my opinion, is the best overall receiver in football. So, like, I don't like that reduction of talent thing. Especially, I mean, Josh Palmer is good. He's serviceable.
Also, to be fair, Andy Reid's one of the top 5 coaches in NFL history.
For sure. No questions asked.
That also helps. And the best players in Kansas City usually stay healthy. Kareem Allen is always at least injured a couple games. Williams has always been missing games here. Like, I feel like Kansas City, like, when has Kelce ever been injured or missed games? He's always available. So,
yeah,
like,
but their wide receivers 1 through 3 were out this past week, and they beat the Chargers. Like,
I mean,
there's only so much you can use as an excuse, right?
True.
And
I mean, I don't know why Kansas City always is able to go down the field in a minute and a half and score. So
they're just weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and to be fair, even though some of these guys have hurt, you have Bosa, you have Derwin James, you have Khalil Mack, you have J.C. Jackson. You spent all this money in the offseason. Yes, I know they're hurt. Yes, he's hurt. I know. I said that. I said that. But you spent all this money, all this hype, and the Chargers are exactly where they are every other year, and that's fighting for a playoff spot. So I have a question. Will the Chargers ever be elite? Because even going back to the Phillip Rivers years, it was always the Chargers are this close, but never get it. Can the Chargers ever be elite with Justin Herbert at the helm?
No.
I think they can be.
Well, it would make you say that because, again, with Phillip Rivers, they had really good teams.
Phillip Rivers, they went to the AFC Championship game.
Ooh, one time in 20 years. Ooh.
I mean, they had playoffs. They went to the playoffs. They were always the top seed in the playoffs. With Phillip Rivers, they were always the top team in the West.
And always lost in the first round.
Okay, but they were still up there. So if you're saying that,
so I'm not considering.
Are you saying the Chargers can get there?
I'm not considering those teams elite if you lose in the first round.
We're talking about
teams. Those were elite teams. Because if you say that, then that means that the Cowboys are an elite team because they always make the playoffs too.
Bingo.
So are you saying the Cowboys right now are elite?
No.
Okay, then those fucking Chargers teams are not elite. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
They were elite talent.
My answer's no. I just don't. I think
they can be.
I think Herbert has been glorified way too much.
If you're asking the question, can they be elite? I think they can.
Yeah, the word "can" is kind of tough because
that's what the question is, though, right?
I know if they get a new head coach and some more receiver talent and they tighten up the injury situation, maybe. But I still don't see it though. It's like it's the same story every year until they are.
Yeah. It's been so many years until they do it. I can't sit there and be like, the Chargers are elite. Like,
it's like the Cowboys. Until they get over that hump, I'm not going to say shit about them.
They're
That's
the
positive.
fringe. They're the fringe teams.
Yeah, you could be as good as you want in the regular season, and they can't even do that apparently. Herbert hasn't made the playoffs yet, so.
And then Monday Night Football, the 49ers thrashed the Cardinals in Mexico City. Absolutely no shock.
Didn't watch a second of it.
Cardinals suck.
Yeah.
Cardinals suck. James Conner sucks.
Kingsbury is the second hottest seat behind Nathaniel Hackett.
I don't know how he still has a job.
True or false?
The second?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
It might be the first, but I'm gonna say second because Nathaniel Hackett's been trash. But
Hackett. I think Josh McDaniels is on the hot seat. I
Yeah.
think, like you said, Cliff Kingsbury has to be on the hot seat.
Staley,
Absolutely.
Staley.
Not as much. Not as much.
No,
those
but
are
he's definitely
like,
that second
top
tier.
3
Yeah.
at least. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, 49ers, they did what they did. They showed that they can beat up the teams they're supposed to beat. And yeah, the 49ers are a team to watch out for. Absolutely.
They're the real deal. They're the real deal.
I cannot wait. All right. So, have some more questions for you. God, we're already at an hour. Jesus. It's always takes so long. All right. If the Texans draft a quarterback at 1, which we think they will, are you going Stroud or are you going Bryce Young? Jordan, I can't hear you when you talk.
Stroud.
You know your mic's like not even near you, right?
It's right there.
There's been like 4 or 5 times where you've said something and it doesn't pick up. Just like,
Yeah, I don't know why. That's weird. Talk.
Stroud.
All right, there we go.
It's Stroud.
Is mine working?
Yeah.
Right.
What'd you say, Cam?
Oh, it's Stroud with no question for me. Yeah.
I agree. I think, for some reason, I think Bryce Young, I don't want to say that word, but I don't think he's as good as Stroud. I'll say that.
I also think size is kind of an issue when it comes to the NFL, and Stroud has more of a build on him.
Mine's all about ball placement and touch.
His accuracy is great.
It's ridiculous.
His accuracy is great. All right. If you were a free agent head coach and you could pick from any of these 3 and 7 AFC teams for the future, who would you want to coach? The Raiders, the Jaguars, the Browns, the Steelers, or the Broncos?
I have my answer.
You can go first.
Jags.
That's my pick too.
Okay. No Steelers?
No.
Really?
I think Jags have more nice young pieces.
It's a tough one, but I like Trevor Lawrence over Kenny Pickett, and for me, quarterback's the number one thing I'd look at as a head coach.
Would you not? What do you think about the Browns, knowing you have Deshaun Watson coming back with Amari, with Nick Chubb?
I haven't seen him play.
True.
Yeah.
How do I know that Deshaun Watson's going to operate the same way he did in Houston?
I think Jags Steelers are 1-2.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, one of my reasons for picking the Jags, because I thought in the notes we were just picking the 3 and 7 team. I actually said they have a good coach too. I like Doug Peterson.
Yeah, I was actually. I
didn't know we were like the free agent coach picking.
I mean, either way. If you weren't, if you just like.
I mean, honestly, they go both ways.
If you had to put investment on one of those teams in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, let's say the Steelers. I mean, Tomlin's still a good coach too, so I can't.
Yeah,
it goes both ways, but
for sure.
Oh, I like the Steelers. That one was tough for me.
All right. It's a tricky one.
All right, down with the NFL. Only took an hour per usual. Here we go. All right. All right, in the NBA, you have the Nets, the Sixers, the Bulls, and the Heat. All at the bottom or out of the playoff picture as of right now. So my question to you is, of those 4 teams, who is the one to turn the tables around? Most likely.
I didn't realize Chicago was 7 and 10. Okay.
Yeah. Dead silence is bad silence.
No, listen. That's why I said up. I want to
No,
let
I
everyone know
know.
we're still here.
I know.
We're still
Brooklyn-
here.
Brooklyn is a dumpster fire because that's behind the scenes, not on the court. And if it was behind the scenes, you're never gonna get it figured out on the court. I feel.
Okay.
So they gotta figure.
I think they're the easy one to be like, nah.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
they're
pick
the
them out
easy
of there.
mix. Yeah.
I want to say Philly, but the problem is, even when all those guys come back, everyone still stands around, and I don't think that's gonna win. So I think
And
they're
you still have Doc Rivers.
That's
Sorry, I had to
also
throw
true.
that
You
out
have
there.
Doc Rivers. So I'm gonna trust the organization that I feel is the most put together in Miami.
I'm gonna go Chicago.
Yeah, I just trust
That's
Spoelstra,
fair.
coach. Trust that front office. I think they'll eventually figure it out. I'm just gonna roll with Miami
one
because they're always
Bulls, one Heat. You know what? I kind of think the clock has struck for the Heat.
Me too. That's why I said no.
Because-
Yeah.
I know people love Jimmy Butler, and there are people who think Jimmy Butler is like fringe top 10, and I don't have him near fringe top 10. I think he's a solid piece, but Bam Adebayo has never progressed to what I think people viewed him as.
inconsistent.
Tyler Hero is limited and is just a scorer.
He didn't deserve that contract.
I mean, I'm not gonna say someone doesn't deserve a contract. You know, like make your money. I get it.
I mean,
He's
listen.
definitely a valuable piece.
If you're dropping 20 something off the bench, you're a valuable piece.
No, he's valuable, but yeah, he's very one dimensional in my opinion.
What's his contract?
It's what what was it 120 million over 4? Was it even? It could be totally off, but
I'll look it up.
I'll tell you in 4 seconds.
By
130 million.
130 for 4.
4.
Yeah. Okay.
So what does that come out to? Like
over 30, like 33, 33 million.
Yeah, I don't know if he's. Yeah,
it's a lot, man.
I was thinking it was around like the 20 range because that's like okay, it's a good core piece. That's big time money player. I don't.
Dude, the Knicks got Brunson for around 20.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And Brunson's averaging like 20, 21, and 8
right.
or whatever.
So we got a Heat and a Bulls, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna roll with the Sixers. I think when the Sixers get healthy, I like the way James Harden was playing. Maxi's a nice third option. Embiid is Embiid. I trust those guys more. I like DeMar DeRozan. I really do. I don't know if I trust Vooch and Levine to turn this around. To be honest with you. Oh, and by the way, the reason why the Nets are absolutely out of this, they're down 14 to a Sixers team who has no one playing, by the way. So
yeah.
He's even playing well tonight.
Huh?
Tobias Harris is even playing well tonight.
Oh, he's got 22. Turn me up.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So I showed up.
He turned around. He turned it around. All right. Another one, and it's a team that's quietly under the radar. Are the Indiana Pacers legit? They are 10-6 right now. Tyrese Halliburton is blossoming into a star. Benedict Mathurin was a fantastic pick. Jalen Smith and Miles Turner are nice front court pieces. Buddy Hield can shoot the shit out of a basketball. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to believe the Pacers have a nice squad.
I just want to go on record and say that a couple weeks ago, I said that Tyrese Halliburton was incredibly underrated. And he has been on fire, dude. He can pass the rock. He can shoot effectively. Now, his shot is very ugly. So, let's call a spade a spade, right?
No jump in it. Nothing.
But yeah, he is a very valuable piece to that organization. And Benedict Mathurin looks like the steal in that draft.
Good player.
Are we surprised?
Got athleticism.
Are we surprised that the Kings got rid of a potential all-star in Tyrese Halliburton?
The Kings will king.
To be fair,
DeMontis is balling.
They are, and the Kings are like the 5 seed in the West. So that could have just been a trade where both teams benefit.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox
win. Yeah, I think they probably just wanted a more established player along with Fox right now, which is fine. What are we classifying as legit? Like a top 4 seed in the East? Or just like a playoff
No, I think that'd be too much on them. I'm just saying, like, I don't think anyone expected them to be like a playoff team. Like,
So
I ca-
are we taking a playoff team?
like a
Just so they're gonna make the play.
like a 6-7 seed.
I could see it.
They could probably get there. I mean, all the numbers all look good. The only thing I'm worried about is they're in the bottom like third of the league in turnovers a game, so that's always a little weary. But they're the number 2 assist team like by team ranks. I mean, they average 20 and a half assists a game. That's good ball movement, and they're top 5 scoring. They're 116, 107, barely 117 points a game. That's good. So I mean,
Yep.
they're up there, and it's a team. They shoot 37% from three. That's 11. So they got
I
they're
kind of
there.
I kind of hope all these like underdog teams keep playing well, like the Jazz, the
Yeah,
Trailblazers, the Pacers, the Wizards. Like
I
I
like
love
it.
it. I love it. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
it
Because
would. Yeah, it
because
would
you
be nice.
legit you look at every NBA game and you sit there and years past you sit there and say, man, I don't want to watch them play the freaking Kings or I don't want to watch them play the Pacers. And now you sit there and
Right.
you're like, oh, we're in for a dogfight every game. It's
Yeah,
kind of fun. Why?
it is fun. Yeah, like I said, you hope they can keep it up because it's hot. There's good teams with hot starts. So
And then also, I don't I don't know if it's been like a lot, but I feel there's a lot of NBA big star injuries this year.
Yeah.
Now, when I say that, I'm gonna go off a list right here.
okay.
Chris Middleton hasn't played all year, hasn't stepped on court.
Mhm.
Darius Garland has missed games. Bradley Beal has missed games. Siakam's missed games. Embiid's been out. Harden's been out. Kyrie's been out. Granted, it was not injury related, but he's still out. Jimmy Butler's been out. Paolo in his rookie year going off. He's out. Cade Cunningham out for potentially the rest of the year.
I hope not, man.
Chris,
Yeah.
yeah. Chris Paul has been out for weeks. Jokic
Mhm.
was just out. Paul George has been out. Kawhi's been out. Zion's been out. Jaw's been out. Desmond Bane's been out. Dame is out. Like LeBron's been out. That's like that is a lot of star power in the NBA that are not on the court night in and night out.
I feel like
Is that an issue going forward for the league? Like a lot of your star players are out.
No, because I think a lot of teams are probably more cautious with how they approach injuries. So I bet if it was later in the year, a lot of these guys, some of these injuries would probably play. But I think because it's earlier, now the national media and like the national fandom isn't really focused on basketball yet, so they can kind of get away with it per se. But I think it's probably just early season management. They don't want things to linger, so they'll take the extra time if they can.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything where this is going to be like a consistent issue moving forward. It's not like that MetLife turf where it's like, all right, you can pinpoint like this is like why injuries are clearly like occurring, but I don't know. I mean, it's not good that stars are out for sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I just happen to know it. I just was looking at like starting lineups and I just thought, damn, there's a lot of big time players who have missed games.
Also, we got to be honest
Some
too,
of them
like
are old though.
this isn't really like NBA season yet. Like I think of NBA
Yeah.
season like after like the NFL. That's
Yeah.
when it like kicks into gear.
But
So
Chris-
I feel like a lot of people aren't really paying attention to like those games yet. So
That's true. That is true.
yeah,
I agree with
the
that as well.
unofficial start of the NBA season is
yeah.
Christmas.
That's usually
Christmas Day games for sure.
I actually
People start
listened to an episode of All the Smoke with J Kidd today, and he pretty much said, "Yeah, you don't know who you are until Christmas. No one cares until Christmas." So
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true.
I think a lot of teams are probably just trying new things too early here in the season, like
Yeah.
tinkering with lineups, give some young guys a run, see if they got anything, and then they'll probably solidify as you said.
Yeah, they'll start kicking it into gear for sure.
with that being said, we're still a while away from the trade deadline, but I want to name a player, and I want you guys to give me a team that you think would be a best fit. Now, don't. Now, I'm saying this when I say it, don't be like, oh, I think they could go to Houston. Obviously, Houston's not going to go after these guys.
Yeah.
So, like, playoff-ish teams that could use
Mhm.
someone. And my first one is going to be Tobias Harris.
New York, he can have. Yeah, we can give you. We'll give you Tobias.
You think that the Knicks for Tobias when they had Jay Randall?
No, I'm trying to think where I think Tobias fits because
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of too.
he's clearly shown he can't be like a number 1 or 2 option on a team.
What about the Pacers?
I thought that, but
Like, could they use some veteran presence in that locker? Like, if they're gonna
as a 4?
I don't know, man. That seems like.
And like we don't have to like pick players that they trade for. I just want like best fits.
No, yeah. To me, that makes sense. I don't know.
even
Just at first glance.
I don't know if Indiana would want to sacrifice that size on the glass.
All right, I have one. Tell me what you think. Phoenix.
I was gonna go Bogdan Bogdanovic for.
Because
No,
obviously, Jay Crowder's not going to play in
Yeah.
Phoenix anymore.
No, I know. That's why I'm looking at Bogey.
Cam
but
Johnson's
yeah,
hurt. Oh, I mean,
Is
they need a 4.
Is Tobias a consistent enough shooter? I think
That's what I'm saying. That's why I would say
Yeah.
Bogey for sure.
That's fair.
Tobias actually his best fit might still be here in Philly. Honestly, like
That's crazy.
It sucks. But
Yeah, I don't know. I
I
don't
know.
like him.
He's
but-
such a weird player. Like,
Well,
yeah,
I did have Bojan.
you did.
Bojan
Yeah.
Bogdanovic.
Bogey.
So you think
Phoenix. That's
Phoenix?
my 100%.
I think you'd fit nice in Denver too.
Ooh.
Another shooter.
Yeah, they don't really have. Well, I mean, MPJ is like an okay shooter, but I don't think
Yeah.
That's like-
shooter.
that's-
He's not consistent though.
But that's 2 guys who can shoot the 3 that are like 6'8" and up. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's
What
pretty nice.
What
That's
about
legal.
since they deal with injuries and load management, the Clippers?
Not a bad.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, you'd be a little forward heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that, but go to Utah, bro.
What's left? Go back.
Go back to Utah. Go back to Utah.
No, I do think Phoenix could use him big time.
Gordon Hayward.
Wing savvy scorer.
I don't know why, but I feel like he would fit in well with that Knick team.
I was just gonna add more scoring to that Cleveland lineup because I feel like that's the one spot where they don't get
Yeah.
much scoring from, but he'd fit nice to that 3 spot for them.
Yeah, Cavaliers. Yeah,
Hayward, Mitchell,
Garland, Mobley,
Mobley, and Allen.
Allen. That's a good starting
Ooh.
5.
Oh man,
That's a really
Yeah,
good
that's-
starting 5, honestly.
that's a solid starting five. Because all he needs to do is give you like 18 too from that spot, and you'd be set.
Oh, even like
Yeah, Cleveland makes a lot of sense, I
Because
think.
Mitchell and Garland are already giving you like 60 a game. I feel.
hell,
or,
even like
50.
even
What
like,
about the Hawks?
That's another good one. Yeah.
I think I'd rather have DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Hunter
Really?
brings that-
Okay.
Yeah, I
Hunter
think
brings
so.
that
For
defense
them,
bench too.
yeah. What
Yeah.
about the Wizards? They don't really have a 3 because Rui Hachimura cannot progress ever.
Yeah. Isn't
Nah.
Kispert starting at a 3 right now for them?
Yeah, the
He's
Wizards
averaging,
probably
like
makes.
9.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel like. Yeah.
Oh.
He'd be nice. Him, Beal, and well, you have Kuzma. I think
Yeah,
Kuzma's
Kuzma's the 4.
small 4. Yeah.
Yeah. John Collins, his name has been brought up in trade.
That is a little weird.
I think he fits perfectly with that Atlanta.
Me
team.
too.
Apparently
Now that he's developed an outside shot, it's like he's deadly in the pick and roll or the pick and pop.
What
But
if,
if he were to move, him in Philadelphia would be nice.
Yeah,
yeah, a guy that can
Because-
actually move.
I
Well, yeah, 'cause
agree.
Embiid doesn't really roll. He already just pops, and he likes to get the ball like that high key area. So like having Collins there to space the floor or to give you that pick and roll threat.
That's fair. That's fair. What about
Golden State?
I was just about to say Golden State. I was like,
That's
what
a
if it's Golden
good
State?
one. Would he be the 5 then, or would you move Draymond to the 5?
Put him at the 5. Hell yeah.
What if you trade
That'd be a
Draymond?
That would be wild.
That would be something.
Because Draymond said he wants to get paid after this year, and he's probably gone.
Yeah. Might as well get something for him.
I mean, obviously your defense falters, but like your explosion. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And like, I think Dallas could use some size.
Oh,
Dallas could.
Him and Luca pick and roll would be disgusting.
Yeah, like Christian Wood is coming off the bench, so you still need a starter. Dorian Finney-Smith is nice, but
Coming off the bench, giving you 16 too. That's really freaking good.
yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, could you just imagine like Luca just Russell Westbrook?
I can't stand this man. I've been
Yeah.
pretty vocal about it too.
Russ has been balling this year, and he's back to being Brody, and it's fun to watch. I won't lie.
I know.
I
That's
won't
because he's
lie.
coming off the bench. There's no expectation.
Say what?
Rejuvenated.
Oh,
Rejuvenated.
I don't know, man.
Hard.
What about the Pelicans?
I'm just.
Yeah.
They don't really have a point guard.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, I'd say the Pelicans
Or the Jazz.
or the
I feel like-
Jazz.
I feel like if you went to New Orleans, that would diminish CJ a little bit. Like I feel like
CJ's not really a ball handler. CJ's
Yeah,
the
but
scorer coming
I don't-
off screens.
yeah, but if I don't know. I just feel like Westbrook's so ball dominant, though. I don't know. I'm just thinking in my head how he plays. That's
Yeah, but you can set CJ up. I mean,
But back to the Wizards.
nah.
Yeah.
I'm good on that one.
Yeah, right.
And the last one, since he's probably not playing for this team ever again, Jay Crowder.
Mm. I don't know. He's just like a lazy 3-point shooter.
I mean, he's like a little 3-and-D.
Yeah.
he'd be nice coming off the bench in Toronto. He'd fit right in with that team too.
Toronto,
He would
yeah,
fit
that's a
in
good
with
one.
that team. He would fit in with that team, honestly. I won't lie.
Grabby dogs.
I mean,
Mm,
I could see him with the Pacers.
Yeah.
Just to bring that little vet experience,
for sure.
you know? Would come
Yeah.
off the bench. Be a nice one.
Those bench players are always kind of tough to predict, though. That's why I'm not a GM. That's why I'm not a GM.
All right. And we're going to go into our favorite players, you know, just to give people who want to get to know us better if they see this later on, and who our favorite players are currently and all time. So we're going to do baseball, we're going to do NBA, and we're going to do NFL. So we're going to start with current.
Can't believe we're leaving out hockey.
Sorry.
As if we talk
I
about
couldn't
hockey.
even name you
Sorry.
a former player.
Sergey Fedorov, bro. The fuck? Patrick Waugh. Martin St. Louis.
That's
I'd
my
probably-
guy right there.
I
say-
love
I'd
Martin
say
St. Louis, bro.
I have a signed
Eric
stick in my room.
Lindros, Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky.
I would say Lindros probably just because.
Oh, what was his name? Fuck,
Jimmy
fuck.
Howard,
Calgary.
the goalie from Detroit.
Jerome.
Jerome
Iginla.
McGinley.
McGinley.
yeah.
He was
Iginla.
nasty. He was
filthy.
nasty.
He was.
All right.
He was a big beefy boy.
Major League Baseball. Who is your current favorite player? We're gonna start it off with Cam.
Yeah.
The answer is Aaron Judge, but if he leaves New York, it's
Ooh.
if he leaves New York, it's Julio Rodriguez.
Oh, that's a good one.
Julio. I like Julio. Yeah.
Julio's a good one.
He's gonna be good.
He's a real good one.
Actually, let's do this. You can't pick players from your favorite team.
I like
What?
that. See, now that narrows down my choices. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have one for baseball then because I don't really watch it.
That's your fault.
Yeah, that is your fault.
Well, sorry, I don't have. My favorite player is Bryce Harper.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's Bryce Harper.
Okay, I'll give you Bryce. Yeah, I'll give you.
All
Bryce
right,
Harper.
outside of baseball, yeah, not your favorite team.
Okay.
My favorite team though.
You can think of some. Okay.
I'll think of one eventually.
So my favorite current baseball player is Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Nice.
And there's spoiler. There's a reason why. Because guess what? My favorite player of all time is Vlad Guerrero Sr.
Yeah, makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I absolutely love watching him. Vlad the Impaler. And the moment I knew he was my favorite player, it was a game a long time ago, and the ball hit the dirt, and popped up, and this man still swung and jacked a freaking 3-run bomb
Yeah,
off a ball that hit in the dirt, and I was just like, I love it. I just
he was
absolutely
another
love
animal.
it. I absolutely love it.
I'll say Shohei. But that's my non.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So all time, I think we can allow your favorite team, because mine's Derek Jeter, and it's without a doubt he's my favorite athlete ever, and I have no other answer for that for all time. So
well, there's that.
All right, fine, Ken Griffey Jr.
No, that's mine, asshole. Get away. Mine's Ken Griffey Jr.
I guess I'm just rocking Seattle today. Julio Rodriguez and Ken Griffey.
The answer is always Ken Griffey.
I feel like if you asked 100 people, over 50% are going to say Ken Griffey Jr. Like,
that dude was filthy.
Yeah.
I
loved watching him play.
I'll say this right now. If anyone ever says anything bad about Ken Griffey Jr., I will go to war for Ken Griffey Jr.
Thank you.
You're just a hater.
You're just a hater.
Yeah,
you don't like entertaining sports if you don't like Ken Griffey Jr.
Facts.
And I highly doubt we will ever see a greater swing than that.
One of the most, probably the most electric baseball player I've ever seen.
So sweet.
Like both ways.
So all right. So Cam went double Yankees. Boo.
Lame.
Well, I went double Seattle on the turnaround, because if we aren't doing favorites,
Julio. Okay.
It was Ryan Howard. I'm just saying.
Let's go. Let's go NFL, and we're gonna go your current favorite, and we're gonna start with Jordan.
All right, my current favorite. I love watching Aaron Rodgers play, even if he sucks this year. The way that guy throws a football, for some, I just love watching it. Like it's just
smooth.
It's just sweet. That's all I can say. It's just sweet.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch.
And I kind of love the cocky, arrogant attitude a little bit. I don't know why.
I think it's getting a little too much lately, but I do like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's on his way out, so he's really pandering it up. But
I do like it. I do like it. All right, Cam, who you got?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Okay.
I knew it.
It was gonna be it was gonna be Saquon, but no, it's Tyreek.
I didn't because I thought Cam and I had the same favorite player. I thought you were all aboard the Jay Jetta train.
I like him and Chase for sure, but Tyreek's my guy, ride or die.
All right. Well, mine is Justin Jefferson.
Hard to not like him.
Filthy.
But I've always liked the Vikings, so I've always liked a lot of their players. Like I loved Randy Moss. I love Dante Culpepper. I love Dalvin Cook. I love Dalvin Cook at Florida State, and I fucking hate Florida State.
Yes, you
do. As a Gator fan, yeah, you better.
But I at least can see when a guy's gonna be good. I love Dalvin Cook so much. He's fun to watch. I love Justin Jefferson. All right, and favorite player of all time. We'll kick it back to Cam. Time.
Calvin Johnson, without a doubt.
Megatron. I mean, you can't go wrong with Megatron.
No, you can't.
That was my guy.
I'm gonna stay in Detroit. My favorite player of all time was the most electric running back to ever step on the NFL field, Barry freaking Sanders.
That's fair.
Those are great picks. Who would have thought Detroit and Detroit?
You don't like Barry Sanders, you don't like football. Okay?
That is true.
Well, Cam went Detroit. Jordan went Detroit. I know Jordan. Jordan knows this. Don't say anything. Cam.
Charles Rogers. Wait, hold on.
Charles, dude, Joey Harrington, get the fuck out.
Well, I forgot. Yeah, you're right.
Cam, if you were to take a wild guess, who my favorite football player of all time is?
Oh yeah,
Byron Leftwich.
Might be a favorite Jaguar.
All respect to Byron Leftwich for finishing game with a torn ACL. So,
I'm between Randy Moss and Jerry Rice.
It's not an offensive player.
Can I give him one hint?
Prime time?
No, it's not prime time. No.
Can I give him one last hint?
Yeah, can I get a hint at least?
Okay.
I feel like this is kind of out of the blue.
Right here.
The U?
It's from the U.
Sean Taylor? Nice. I like that pick.
Always and forever, Sean Taylor.
I like that pick a lot.
Love some Sean Taylor.
Dude.
Again, I'm a Florida fan. My dad was a Miami fan. I hate Miami, but Sean Taylor legit made me love watching people get destroyed on the sideline.
Yeah.
And I remember I sat there, I was like, wherever he goes, I am watching all Sean Taylor's games. He went to Washington, and I kind of was like, all right, I have to watch, at the time, Redskins.
Yeah.
I know they're the Commanders, everyone. I know they're the Commanders. They used to be the Redskins, though. And just that dude, like, the epitome of what I think a safety should be was Sean Taylor.
It was nasty.
And I mean,
I don't disagree.
He just was so fucking huge. But yeah, like Sean Taylor, and it will forever break my heart. Obviously, that his life, that his freaking life got taken. We got someone in the chat that says the correct answer is Nick Foles.
big dick Nick.
Hey man, I mean, he brought Philly a Super Bowl, so you know, I mean,
best 10 quarters of his life.
27-2, was a gunslinger at Arizona. I think we all like some Nicky Foles here. I'll take it.
By the way, thanks for coming in the chat though. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely appreciate it.
I think I know who it is.
I think I've seen him comment on your Twitter.
Yeah,
Joe.
It's Joe. Yeah, Joe Tate. Yeah.
Joe
Shout
Tate.
out Joe.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out Joe Tate.
That's my guy, man.
The first person to comment on our podcast. We appreciate you, sir. You're 2 minutes delayed. That's fine. That's fine, man.
Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Come on now, man.
I continue, man. Spread the word.
Yeah. But Nick Foles, hey, man. I like Nick Foles.
Love it.
Like,
love him.
Nick Foles.
So, little story. I used to work with him in my previous job, and he was all about like Nick Foles, like keep Nick Foles, screw Carson Wentz, and I loved it because I was like, hey, I can't argue with that because he won a Super Bowl.
That's such a combo for another day.
I know. We can't even get into that.
Don't get me started on that one.
But I mean,
I was all about it.
For someone who wasn't a starter that long, to have a year where you go 27-2, and then another year where you come in and win a Super Bowl, that's some baller type shit.
It felt like he was just like built for Philly, and then everywhere else he went, he like sucked. It was so funny.
I will say, I wonder what would have happened if he didn't break his collarbone the year after when he signed with the Jaguars.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna be nice down there.
Yeah, because he threw a fucking bomb like the third play of the game, and I was just like, oh.
And he dropped it in there. He dropped it in there too. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
All right.
Nicky Foles was great when he was on.
Yeah, for sure. He was.
All right, we're running to the NBA. Current favorite player, and I guess we can go.
You start. You start.
I shouldn't have said that. This is the worst one because I don't know if I fucking have one to be.
All right. Well,
no, this one was difficult for me.
Yeah, there's so many good players. There's so many good players. Honestly.
This might be one where we need to break it up between like rest of the NBA and our favorite team.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, favorite team is I'm a Hornets fan. It's LaMelo.
No, I love Joel, and I love Joel. So.
Yeah, I don't.
Cam likes Obi Toppin.
Relax.
Fucking Obi Toppin. I mean, he's probably up there for you.
Yeah, it's RJ Barrett / Devin Booker.
Yeah,
we'll call it that.
That is a good one.
You are a Devin Booker guy.
No, for outside like my team / with an S, it's Steph Curry. It's Steph Curry. Steph Curry.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Steph Curry's been my guy forever. So.
Oh man, I think this is so tough. There's so many good players, to be honest with you. I love Luka. I really do.
He's so nasty.
Steph is such a top tier answer.
Dumb shots.
Yeah, like I just sit there looking at him. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
How do you do it?
I'm like, what are you doing?
All you can say is ew. All you can say is ew.
I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
Yeah.
And I've always loved some De'Aaron Fox. I'll always give love to De'Aaron Fox. So good. But I won't lie. I think my favorite player outside of the Hornets is Joel
Embiid. Yep, know it.
And being able to watch him live a lot last year, like I was able to be there when he dropped that 40-point triple-double, and he just takes the game over, and it's so fun to watch a guy that big take over a game.
Yeah, he's quality.
Oh, I'm sorry, Embiid. You're second. Wow.
I knew it.
SGA.
Yep, I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Nice. I like
SGA.
that pick.
League
I like
Pass
that.
is a wonderful thing where we finally get to watch these players.
That's
And
cool.
Ryan,
Yeah, it's
Ryan
so
is very
cool.
much on the SGA train.
Yeah.
I watch the Thunder all the time. Yes, they're so fun to watch. SGA.
Yeah, I like SGA a
Very
lot.
good.
All right. And favorite player all time, we're gonna go with Cam. Start it off.
Kobe.
It's a really good one.
Can never hate that answer ever.
R.I.P. to
the
my guy.
The guy
Mamba
he patted
forever.
Yep, the guy he patted his game after MJ.
Yes, I have his logo tatted on my leg.
Dude.
That was my guy.
Do I fit the triangle? Do I do the trifecta?
You might as well.
Just kidding. Everyone knows I don't fucking like LeBron James.
My
My answer. I watched this kid. Well, I kept up with him in high school. Watched him in college. Said no matter where he goes, that's the team I will pledge my allegiance to. Carmelo Anthony all night, all day.
I
He's
know
my
it.
favorite.
I know it.
My favorite player of all time.
Mello.
One of the
Oh,
greatest scorers of all time.
Hoodie Mello.
Yes.
No, it's just pre-hoodie mellow. Pre-hoodie
Hoodie
mellow.
Mello.
Pre-hoodie mellow. This man was
Gimme-
rocking the Denver Nuggets jersey before it was cool.
Yep. Like his rookie year, I had the Denver Nuggets jersey, and I wore it to school like every third
On the bus.
day.
On
every
the
third
bus.
day. Always rocking a Melo
Also,
jersey.
If you want to watch these guys in their unit, watch Redeem Team if you haven't already on Netflix.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
a good- it is really
phenomenal.
good.
Also, we are almost at the time limit, but I saw something today that almost made me not want to pick SGA because there's a video of SGA where he says Kobe's the greatest of all time, LeBron's 2, MJ's 3.
It's just his youth showing. Unfortunately, these kids they just don't really know. They think that the guys in the 90s couldn't play, and that's just not true. So
Yeah, seriously.
I know.
lock
I
these
know.
guys in a closet and make them watch full games, and they'll change their minds.
I just heard that and I was like, no, Shay, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Come on.
Chalk it up to the youth. It's all right.
With that being said, that is yet another edition of the No Offseason podcast. Again, Thursday, Thanksgiving. There will be no podcast, but next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't promise it, but I really hope it's the four of us.
The four horsemen are going to be here.
I really hope the four horsemen are here next Tuesday. Again, I can't promise it because it's been
James.
so long, but I swear to God, there's four of us. There's
For those that
four of
watch,
us.
you've seen Brian. He is
Yeah.
real.
Brian is real.
And
We
now
didn't know if Cam was real, but
We've seen Cam, so
Listen.
we're good.
I didn't know if I was real the past 2 weeks.
no, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I question if he would return.
Right?
No, I knew he would. I was just like, goddamn work. Why couldn't this just be our work all day? You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like, that'd be fantastic. But again,
Yeah.
if you watch the videos, if you like what you see, like the video, subscribe to our page. We are also on Twitter at the No Offseason Podcast. We haven't talked about it too much, but we do need to get a TikTok roaring, and whenever that starts getting on, we will be on TikTok as well. We're still in the feeling out process, obviously, but we're having a lot of fun, and any support is good support. So with that
Yes.
being said, again,
Shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe.
shout out
That's my guy.
fucking
Shout
Joe.
out Joe.
Joe Tate is the absolute man. And in 10 years, when we're sitting
Yep.
chilling with Pat McAfee, we're gonna sit there and be like, you
Right,
know that Joe Tate motherfucker
Joe
was the
Tate.
first supporter.
Joe T.
Joey
That's
T
what I'm saying,
and the
right?
Nick Foles love
That's right. That's right.
He came
Was-
through, right?
was the first
Yeah.
supporter, god damn it. But again,
Yeah.
any love we absolutely appreciate. It's going to be a long journey. It's going to be a fun journey. We're here to talk sports. We're all friends, and we're always here to show love.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And boys, I hope you have an absolutely phenomenal Thanksgiving with your families.
Yes.
I hope
Love your
the-
family. Spend
You
time
too,
with
brother.
I hope the food is banging,
Oh yeah. Oh,
and we will
yes.
be back next Tuesday,
The casserole flowing.
and it's going to be Christmas season.
Can't
That's
wait.
right.
It's gonna
Lights is gonna be up, baby.
It's gonna be Christmas season, and also, this is a long outro and everything, but
Okay.
on this show, we're always going to pay respects to people from our past, from our youth, and anything. And I don't know about you guys. I know Jordan, you didn't watch it a lot. Cam, you're a little younger than us, but condolences to Jason David Frank, the OG Green Ranger, who unfortunately lost his life this past week. I grew up on Power Rangers. Tommy was the man. I used to have two little parakeets growing up. One was Tommy and one was Kimberly after the Power Rangers.
Hey.
So obviously a big chunk of my childhood was Power Rangers and watching Tommy and the Green Rangers. So condolences to his family and everything.
Check in on your friends.
Absolutely. Please, please, please.
Yes.
Please, please. If you ever feel the need to talk to someone, if you ever feel like you're alone, reach out. And I could go into that. I suffer from depression myself. I do.
We could go a whole episode
I think
on that.
we all do.
It is it's very hard to reach out to people. I totally understand it. Just tell people you love them, man. A simple I love you can go so damn far in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
And with that and with that being said, we love you. Have an absolutely phenomenal holiday. Again,
Happy Thanksgiving.
Back next week. No off season. Peace.